What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Brother Des Bryant really got the black men behind him when he called out this lady, Malika Andrews. He really called her out, okay? And it made even the USA Today's news, all right? Now, what happened was, and a lot of black men have noticed this, and I have noticed this. Malika Andrews comes after black athletes like crazy. She's done it. I've talked about it. One of the brothers on the Houston Rockets in the draft coverage. She did it with Jalen Rose. She's always coming after black athletes, primarily. And we know that Malika Andrews dates exclusively white men. And what happens is she has a one-side standard for black players versus white ones, okay? And then basically what happens is that, you know, when this guy here, Josh Giddey, is caught up for messing with this white young lady, they ain't got nothing to say about it, okay? Nothing to say about it. Let me show you. Let me just listen to what he says, okay? Malika Andrews, you went out your way to crucify Brandon Miller on draft day over something he didn't even do. Why haven't you said anything about Josh Giddey? I advise you not to make this a black or white thing. Your parents really raised you wrong, and just because you went to a private school doesn't make you better. You appeal, and I know your kind. You just a puppet. I don't know how a former or current NBA player could sit there across from you and look at you with some kind of respect. Bravo, okay? But he apologizes though. I do want to apologize for coming so aggressive at Malika Andrews, but I do wonder if she even realizes how certain things look. Sports and media is a big deal to the culture. I've battled my entire sports career pleading to the world. We are more than the game we play. We just need better help. Millions of dollars to do a job is not worth more than a human's mental health, especially if you got a family who love you. He says this, I experienced unfairness and saw white athletes get a slap on the wrist for doing ish I know that will get you kicked off a team in a heartbeat. I really hate to make it seem like a black and white thing, but the unfairness is real. Now let me just say this, all right? Andrews is definitely more critical of black coaches and players than white ones, all right? In my honest opinion. Now let me just tell you this, all right? And here's where black men are gonna miss the point. Now him apologizing for how he came at her, fine. We can accept that. Some brothers is mad at Brother Des for doing so. But this is what black men have failed to do in sports. If black players would get, you know, if they're being untreated fairly than the white ones, and y'all are most of the league, why don't y'all use y'all numbers to your advantage? Because the owners can't make no money without y'all, you see? Because I'm gonna tell you what's happening is, a lot of brothers are paid slaves. First of all, we don't have no black owners in the NFL. We had one black majority owner, which was Michael Jordan in basketball, and he sold, all right? So no ownership means no rules. Number one, why are we not fighting for black ownership in the league, okay? That's first. You want something to change, gotta own it. You cannot change that what you don't own, usually. But who are your trade union people? I know in the NBA, I think Chris Paul was president for the players using for many years. LeBron was the vice president, okay? So you need to have some level of ownership somehow. Look at what LeBron is doing with Rich Paul. If you can't own the league in the NFL, you need to hold something important to the league. Media, something. And black men don't have no ownership in most of that, so you don't get nothing. So the reason why you're suffering with that is because you don't own anything. When are you gonna start to own something? And you want to be talking about treated unfairly, you're gonna always be treated unfairly when you don't have ownership, and black men don't want to deal with that. You gotta have ownership. Fight for ownership. Stop trying to complain it ain't fair because you make millions of dollars and millions of dollars. You don't own the media, okay? We do need blacks in the media. We have brothers coming on making independent podcasts, and that's great. But if you don't own anything, you can't change it. So stop crying for equality, because ESPN, you don't own it, all right? You don't own the ESPN media. You brothers got a lot of opportunity to come through and start your own conglomerates. Look at what Cameron and Mace did for a $500,000 investment. Cameron put up $250. Mace puts up $250. Now what do we have? We got a business now. Then we came in with that investment. I'm talking about them. And now they have what? A $30 million enterprise. 30 million, guys. Now we got something. Now we have a business, brothers and sisters. Now I can start leaning. Shout out to my DC dudes out there. I can start leaning on you. I got this power. I got this financial backing. I'm going to lean on you. I'm going to lean on you. Yes, I am. I'm going to lean on you because I got it now. But we don't think about that. And it's a fault to us as black men that we have all this money, but we still haven't found out how to work together when we the majority. Now, I'm gonna tell you like this, if it was Asians, when they got the majority, they gonna lean on people. Black men got the majority in these sporting things and it's still not leaning on nobody. Lean on them. Look, come together, get the money, start something up, look for ownership in the team, start changing the league. Like, look, if y'all not gonna sell this team, none of the black players gonna play. You do that, they'll let you start getting the money in the team. They'll start letting you do your thing. But I'm telling you, you're never going to get anything, brothers and sisters. You're never going to get anything, brothers and sisters. Without that, it's not possible. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work, you see. And we keep out here wanting fairness without putting up the money or putting up the work. How are we going to get fairness without putting up the work, brothers and sisters? I'm sorry, it sound like Dr. Umar today. You got to pay for what you got to own, what you want to change. Let me tell you something, man. I've been living in here in Uganda, and I wanted to talk about this because there's a somewhat of a view or thought process that, here in Africa, and this is something that, African Americans complain about, that we don't get any fair treatment. The African Union isn't looking out for us, and we're out here, we don't have any support from the governments, but they're asked to come back home. It's a big thing in the African diaspora world, right? And on the other side, Africans tell us, hey, you guys need to shut up and stop crying and go out there and build, right? Now, when I'm here, if I want something to change for me, want to know what I got to do? I got to put my money up. I got to own something. If I want something to change for me and speed it up, that's my job to do it. I need to do it. They're not going to do it. I got to do it. All right. I can get mad all I want. I can be upset about it all I want, but I got to do the work. And a lot of brothers is haven't understood that. These white folk and people like that, they got to where they are because they're going to put in some time and things over us. So we need to stop being mad at Malika Andrews and stop asking for them to give us some level of credit when they never gonna give it to you. You're looking for equality in places you're not gonna get it, man. You gotta be an owner to change things in your direction. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.